We're still talking about these endings. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 ambiguous video game endings.
For more gaming videos, check out our new spin-off channel, Mojo Plays, for in-depth reviews, thoughtful video essays, detailed character origins, and insightful commentary. Mojo Plays, games smarter.
For this list, we'll be discussing our favorite ambiguous video game endings and asking what they mean along the way. For the purposes of this list, we'll be counting ambiguous endings such as those which leave the themes, fates of the characters, or story outcomes up to the interpretation of the audience. Cheap cliffhanger endings meant to set up a sequel will not be included, as cliffhanger endings and intentional ambiguity are entirely different things. As we'll be discussing the endings to various video games, a rather obvious spoiler alert is now in effect.
Even if you get her out of here, then what? How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers?
Number 10, Batman Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight is serving as developer Rocksteady Studios' final Batman game, so unless someone else picks up the reins, this is what we were left with, for better or worse. One of the final scenes of the game sees Batman and Alfred entering Wayne Manor, only for it to explode seconds later. However, the true ending, upon reaching 100%, sees two criminals abusing a family before a bat-shaped shadow appears on a nearby rooftop, wherein it expands and explodes into the bat logo before attacking the criminals. So what is this? Is it a new, darker entity resembling Batman? Is it Bruce Wayne? If so, what is this new power? Damn you, Rocksteady! Number 9, Wolfenstein The New Order.
I know you. We have met before.
Okay, this ending has been answered due to the release of the sequel, but it was ambiguous at the time. After BJ repeatedly stabs Death's Head, he pulls out a grenade, which subsequently kills him and fatally wounds Blazkowicz. After seeing the Resistance members board the helicopter and deciding that he was done for anyway, BJ orders the nuclear cannon to be shot. Okay, so he's definitely dead. We mean if he doesn't die from his injuries, the nuke is sure to take him out. Except for the fact that we hear an approaching helicopter after the credits. Does this hint at his rescue and survival? Hint? Yeah, it does. Number 8, Journey. Hell, forget the ending. This entire game is ambiguous. The story ends with the player entering the crevice, whereupon the screen brightens and the credits roll. During the credits, a shooting star shoots from the crevice that you just entered and lands at the game's starting point. It is at this point you are given the option to begin a new game. So, did you ascend and go into the metaphorical light at the end of the game? Is the shooting star a symbol of your rebirth? It seems fitting with the game's metaphorical themes regarding life and death, but it is entirely up to interpretation. Number 7, The Wolf Among Us.
For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you.
The Wolf Among Us is considered to be one of Telltale's best games, mostly due to its stellar story. In the game's epilogue, the player character Bigby meets Nerissa, who explains to him the events of the game. However, after she tells him that he's not a bad person, Bigby realizes that Faith said the exact same thing earlier in the game, forcing him to question who Nerissa really was. Did Faith and Nerissa swap places? Was Faith always a glamoured Nerissa? We suppose we'll find out in Season 2.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
Number 6, The Last of Us.
Look. You can still do the right thing here. She won't feel anything.
After rescuing Ellie from the Fireflies, Joel falsely claims that she wasn't the first immune human that they found and that all their other experiments have failed. After Ellie suffers a bout of survivor's guilt, she asks Joel if his story is true, to which he sticks to his lie and claims that it is. Does she actually believe him? If not, how will she react to the fact that he both lied to her and sacrificed the potential fate of humanity for her survival? Was she asking Joel to lie to her so she would feel better about her guilt? There's so many possibilities.
Okay.
Number 5, Limbo. Like Journey, the entirety of Limbo is intentionally ambiguous, so it's no surprise that its ending is as well. After completing the final puzzle, the playable boy character is thrown back into the forest, whereupon he finally comes upon his sister. Roll credits. Does their reunion indicate that they will reach an afterlife together? Is the sister alive and the boy a ghost? Did the boy accidentally kill his sister? If so, has he now found peace? What makes this ending so ambiguous is that the players are given next to zero textual support to back up their interpretations. We're simply left to our imaginations. Number 4, Life is Strange.
Get that gun away from me, psycho!
Life is Strange has 2 endings, depending on your choices. The Sacrifice Chloe ending is pretty cut and dry. You let Chloe die, Jefferson and Nathan are arrested, and the town is all hunky-dory. However, the game gets real ambiguous if you decide to sacrifice the town. To allow Chloe to live, Max sacrifices the entire town of Arcadia Bay, and the ending shows them both driving through the resulting destruction. So like, is everyone from the town dead? If so, how does that choice affect Max? How does it affect her relationship with Chloe? And where are the two going? The following season, Before the Storm, is a prequel series, while a planned sequel is set to feature a completely new cast of characters, so the chances of this ending being explained is extremely unlikely. Number 3, Final Fantasy VII. The Final Fantasy series is certainly no stranger to ambiguous endings, and the timeless Final Fantasy VII is no exception. Due to the approaching meteor being too close to the surface of Midgar, Holy's attempts to block it are not successful. Instead, the life stream rises from the planet and destroys the meteor. 500 years later, Red 13 looks out at the ruined planet. So, has all of humanity been wiped out? What happened to all the characters? While the sequels managed to clear up any ambiguity, we were left with those tantalizing questions for years. It was a fantastic ending, and one which left us full of emptiness. Number 2, Bloodborne.
You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
Like most of From Software's games, Bloodborne is an exercise in ambiguity, and its 3 equally confusing endings provide little closure. In one, the hunter is killed in a dream and awakes in Yharnam, so was it a dream, or is this some form of the afterlife? In another, the hunter is now in Gehrman's wheelchair, indicating that the hunter has taken Gehrman's place. But perhaps the most ambiguous ending is the one which sees the hunter turned into a squid-like creature which the doll nurtures. It implies that the hunter has been reborn as a great one, but what does that mean? What happens next? We really don't know.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Number 1, Inside. Inside follows the same vein of Journey and Limbo, but it's perhaps even more vague than those two. The original ending sees the Huddle escaping containment, rolling down a hill, and stopping on a sunny coastline. The end. Okay, that's pretty ambiguous, but surely the secret ending will clear things up, right? Nope. In that one, the player unplugs a bank of computers, which forces him into a zombie-like stance. The end. Wait, no, that was even worse. You can find a ton of theories online regarding the meaning of this game and its endings, so take your pick. The fact is, no one knows, and all we can do is speculate.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.